him, and he has a question. His question is, do you think that Donald Trump's presidency and his rhetoric have increased racial tensions in the US? And if so, to what extent?
Okay. The answer to that is absolutely. There's no question about that. You know, even when he was running, white kids in high schools were walking around talking about, you know, white power is back, white nationalism is in. They were walking around with banners, like walking around with poster boards in schools, you know, standing there in front of black students talking about, you know, white power is back and these kind of things. Whites are, you know, white. There? Yes.
Okay. Hold on one second.
Yeah. So
you guys
got.
Excuse me. I don't think I can come on with the.
Okay. If you keep it as it is without the we keep it just the audio without the visual. Okay. I'm going to bring you in a second. I'm going to let Sheikh Jamal finish the answer to his question because he's halfway through.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Okay, so I think that yeah, without question, a lot of white people have felt empowered by Donald Trump, and because of the fact too is that he will not come out and speak against racism directly. He will not speak out against the white nationalists directly. The guy Steve Banner, I think his name is, his campaign director. The guy runs he's a head of or definitely a part of a white nationalistic group. You know, so the whole agenda, you know, even though he tried to say that this program is going to benefit everybody, ultimately, no, it doesn't. You know, even that guy was trying to work. He was working with people against the Pope. You know, he was working with other whites in Europe that feel the same way he does, because he was trying to build a global conglomerate, a global network of people that are white supremacists and want to push a white supremacist agenda around the world. And, you know, like the Pope, they don't like the Pope because the Pope is, you know, he's definitely kumbaya. You know, he really wants to see the world come together. And he's really speaking out against things. They don't like that. They don't want that. You know, they're trying to pass an agenda. And he helps and has helped that agenda. And Trump, you know, as far as I'm concerned, every president, you know, they say that the military, Plato said, the military is nothing more than a tool of politics. And Jamal says that politicians are nothing more than a tool of big business, right? And there are big businesses, or shall we say, i.e. wealthy families that are controlling the United States, and they control the president. The president too is a puppet. I don't care that he's a billionaire on his own. The fact is, or a multimillionaire on his own, doesn't really matter. The fact is, he still has people controlling him because, you know, people, you know, like we saw with John F. Kennedy, you know, people can be removed. You know what I mean? So the thing is that you're still going to play ball. And I think that, you know, again, him not speaking out against a lot of white nationalistic groups has encouraged them, has made them feel like, you know, we're back in business. Obama was like the move that said, wait a minute, you know, Bill Clinton actually was the first. So wait a minute, we're moving in a direction we're not really ready to go in, right? So we got a couple of years of, 8 years of Bush after that, right? But then that was a fiasco because he just was a buffoon. And everyone knew it. He was a lame duck president. So he really didn't do much until 9/11 kicked in. That kind of saved him, but then it didn't. And then after him came who? Obama. And then now the world starts saying, oh, wait a minute, we're back to this thing with Bill Clinton, where we were at Bill Clinton, we didn't feel comfortable with. But now, wait a minute, we got a whole black president, and now we're losing. And it looks like we're going to lose some more. And then Hillary Clinton started running. Now, the problem with that was no one liked Hillary. That's one of the real reasons why Trump won, was because it was Hillary, not because it was a woman. It was Hillary. And people didn't like Hillary because she's a Clinton. But if it had been another woman who had the same kind of clout and had the same position, I think she would have won. Because Donald Trump was just a dumb choice. But people like, I personally know some people who are Republican said we would have voted for anybody else except for Hillary. We know Donald Trump is not the answer, but I don't want Hillary in office. So we're stuck with a Donald Trump. But Donald Trump, again, comes off as he comes off, and he just shows that, he's just more of the same old stuff. And so the people feel empowered. So there's absolutely no question about it. And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, even for you to ask me that question, it already suggests that you see the signs of it yourself. You've heard it, you've seen it, you just want to hear me, co-sign to it. Because it's there. I mean, there's absolutely no question about it.
Sayyidi Hasan, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Mashallah. This is,
Okay.
something that's unique about the culture of mannerisms in America. Despite we're talking about the situation we're talking about, but the fact that you guys say to other people, "Yes, sir," and it's quite normal to do that. Here in the UK, we don't say "Yes, sir" only to your teacher. You refer to "sir," and that's now starting to become eroded. But just generally, people in the UK, we don't say "Yes, sir" to each other. But when I said to somebody recently, stop calling me that, and he goes, "Well, you can ask me to, but I won't, because the way I've been brought up is to do that." I just wanted to say that, that as an appreciation, that's an act of a mannerism that's not present here in the UK. But anyway, so the question is, Donald Trump's presidency and his rhetoric, do you think they've increased racial tensions, and to what extent?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna bypass the other one with the
I'm
Black
sorry.
Lives Matter.
What was the other one I gave you?
I'll try to do them both quick. You were talking about Black Lives Matter. Should we join up with them?
Yeah, if you
And
do
then,
those two, and then inshallah.
I'll do it quick. Inshallah, we'll try to do them quick. Again, we were saying that Black Lives Matter as a, again, as the expression in of itself. Yes, we absolutely support that and feel that. But there's kind of something that goes misunderstood is when people kind of mix in the kind of supporting Black Lives Matter and also supporting the organization, right? There's a very ambiguous line that's there. And if you go back to Ferguson, the birth of the Black Lives Matter movement, then you'll see the grassroots brothers who are on the ground. If anybody has the ability, go on YouTube and type in Darren Seal, right? Darren Seal was one of the lead activists of Ferguson. And you can find interviews of him on what actually took place while these brothers were on the ground putting in work. There were spectators who were there. And these people were observing it, and they were blasting the actions and everything, the protesting that was taking place. They were putting it on their social media. So kind of by default, these people became the voice of Ferguson, right? The illegitimate, let me say that, voice of Ferguson. And so and if you listen to what took place, they became the face of Black Lives Matter. I mean, they were the face of Black Lives Matter, these people. They created trust funds and they went in, but the people of Ferguson on the ground, they weren't with these guys. They didn't support them. That's why when they tried to go to Detroit, right, the guy who was like, he went and was speaking at the UN and had all presidential invites. This guy he tried to go to New Orleans, and when he went there, the brothers on the ground ran him out, because they knew he was an opportunist, right? What we call poverty pimps, right? They exploit the misery of their people, right? But now if we're talking about those people who, and the brother who I'm talking about, Darren Seal, and please people go and look this up for yourself, because this is also taking place in Flint, Michigan. These people were assassinated and killed by the police. They shot this man 6 times in his car and set his car on fire. And he was the sixth one who they killed in that fashion. And I believe they killed like 5, 6 others after him, but at least 2 to 3 more got killed in the same fashion. That was the police message to the people that if you continue in this fashion, this is what the outcome is going to be, right? So do I support Black Lives Matter? Yes, as far as the organization, I mean, 2 lesbian African-American women can't stand for me and represent me as a man, as a Muslim, you know, so if that answers your question, in regards to that, if we talk about Donald Trump, absolutely. I think one of the benefits, the silver lining, as I heard someone say, right, and it's a guy named Tim Wise. For those who don't know of him, he's an expert. He's a white guy. He's an expert in white privilege, right? And one of the things that he said that prior to Donald Trump, you know, he would go around speaking, giving tours, and he said they had to prove to people that racism exists, right? He said now that Trump is president, there's no discussion, right? It's nothing up for debate, right? It exists. So now that everybody recognizes that we're here, right? Now what do? Now maybe we can address the elephant in the room, right? Like I remember when Trump won, right? I actually didn't think that guy was going to win. And so, but when he did win, right, I was like, is this like, I don't know. I just felt like people were playing with my life, right? But my wife called me and she says she was worried. You know, I know people that said, man, I'm about to leave. I'm moving to Canada, right? And my wife was worried. But I said, you know, those of us who kind of understand the circumstances that revolve around our lives, we realize it didn't nothing change. Just more people are starting to recognize what's there, you know. So yeah, so I would say in that regards, the tensions have definitely heightened. And like I believe I heard Sheikh Jamal say that he's actually given people who already have these indications or inclinations, you know, some motivation, right, to be a little bit more boastful and outward with it, you know, most definitely.
MashaAllah. Well, MashaAllah, we've reached the end, alhamdulillah. And believe it or not, we've 3 hours and maybe a half. If you don't count the beginning technical glitch. So I just want to say to the both of you, Jazakumullah khair. And I'm going to say now what I was intending to say in the beginning, inshallah, but Allah decreed otherwise. It was that, mashallah, Sheikh Jamal is somebody who, when I first went abroad to study in Tarim, he really was one of the few who reached out to me, made me feel welcome, took an interest in me. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, really made me feel welcome and has always done that. He is somebody who, mashallah, always thinks about other people. And, you know, it's interesting that Habib Ali, you know, gave that advice to you, but in your studies, because I think that has come out and has played out, and I can vouch for that. And to this day, mashallah, I continue to be a source of wisdom and a source of knowledge. And I was similarly in that light, Sayyidi Hasan, mashallah, who I spent those opportunities where I snuck away from studying, you know, was spent with people like him, understanding the challenges that he was facing and many people like him were facing. And he really educated me in the wisdom that Sayyidi Hasan has. And, you know, mashallah, just being around his children, mashallah, seeing them grow up now, mashallah, seeing them all grown up now and turning into the fine young men who are doing khutbahs and teaching, mashallah, and that's a testament to your character. But both these brothers here, mashallah, are people who they don't know it, but they've have left a footprint, inshallah, on myself. Definitely in terms of my understanding of the African American, segment of America, and understanding that, being more appreciative and understanding some of the subtleties, not all, some of the subtleties, because I doubt I ever will, but just give me a better appreciation and a deeper understanding of the situation. And subhanallah, mashallah, Allah bless you both. Allah give you the khair that you guys, inshallah, give other people. Allah give it to you in your lives. And I pray that both of you, inshallah, continue to be pillars of wisdom. And mashallah, really, I can, say with all, with certain belief, with yaqeen, that you have really benefited me in many, many ways. MashaAllah, and the wisdom from both of you in situations is, MashaAllah, I have appreciated it, and I've been thinking a lot about the things you guys have told me. MashaAllah, so I do look at you as and you are my elders, alhamdulillah, but just wanted to bring you guys into this type of forum that you can benefit other people, and people can benefit from your views and your wisdoms, because you are, both of you have hikmah, and you are the hukama, the wise men, inshallah. So may Allah bless you both, bless your families, continue to keep you safe, inshallah. I think on behalf of everybody, know that all those people, and just to let you know, we had people from Australia listening in. We had other people from America, subhanallah, and everywhere in between. They came and went and listened, mashallah, and benefited. And no doubt the recording will also be available. And mashallah, I hope that people will, give some time to going over and listening to what's being said. 3 hours and a half is a big ask, but I think those who want to know will definitely, mashallah. I mean, there's so much that's been said tonight, alhamdulillah, that mashallah, books can be written. I know that both of you could speak longer, mashallah, but Allah reward you for that intention to be able to speak longer. Jazakumullah khair. And Sheikh Jamal, if you could make a dua, inshallah, and we'll end on that and recite the Fatiha.
Oh Allah, we ask and pray that you will remove the stings of disobedience from our hearts. We ask that you remove the stains of hatred from our hearts and of all evil doing. We ask that you will replace it with your nur. We ask that you look upon us with the eye of rahmah. We ask that you will forgive us for all of our sins, great and small, those we've done in public and in private, O Allah. We ask and pray that you will continue to guide us and strengthen us, O Allah, and make firm our feet ala sirat al-mustaqim. O Allah, increase us within the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Increase us for the love of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Increase us for the love of his ummah, Ya Allah. Allow us to be able to wash away the stains of ignorance and come into a level of knowledge, O Allah.
Ameen.
Knowledge and empathy and compassion for all of mankind. Allow us to be of those people who show rahmah, that we may be able to receive rahmah from our Rahman. O Allah, we ask and pray that you will allow us to be filled with tranquility, O Allah. Bless us with sakina. O Allah, bless us to be easy, O Allah. Bless us with wisdom, O Allah, that we may be able to respond to the things that you place before us in its proper form, and showing its proper respect and its proper adab, Ya Allah, so that we do not do anything that would be displeasing to you. O Allah, we ask that you broaden our horizons and broaden our understanding and expand our chest, O Allah, expand our perspective, expand our thoughts. O Allah, bless us to be people of intellect, O Allah, but people who have intellect that is connected to the heart, and a heart that is connected to the sir, and a sir that is connected to the soul, O Allah, and the soul that we are aware of, a soul that is filled with the remembrance of you. O Allah, we ask for your blessings, your guidance, your mercy, and your blessings. We ask that you will unite us under the banner of La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah haqiqatan, Ya Allah. Not by words, but by actions, O Allah. Not just by our actions, but what is filled within our hearts, O Allah. We ask that you will protect us. We ask that you will protect our families. We ask that you protect our neighbors. We ask that you protect all those who love us for your sake, O Allah. And we ask that you will forgive all those people who have harmed us, and have mercy upon them, and bless them to know you, Ya Allah. We ask and pray that you will continue to allow nothing but goodness to spread upon this earth and upon the Ummah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa sallam. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Arhamar Rahimin, walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Iqman. Khatam.
إلى حضرة النبي محمد الفاتحة.
brothers.
I think, mashallah, just one last thing. I think Sheikh Jamal was correct in saying that this is the first time all three of us have been in the same place at the same time. Because I think you came before, and Hasan came after you. So this is the first time all three of us have been, in the same place talking to each other. I believe that's correct.
No. Sheikh Jamal came back while we was there. Sheikh Jamal came back for a visit. He did.
Okay.
He came back for a visit. Yeah. And you were there at the time because you left after me, right?
I can't remember.
I believe so. Yeah, you did. You left after me. So you had to be there when Jamal came, mashallah. If I'm not mistaken. But I just want to say one thing. You bullied me into this, but I'm honored. I'm honored that you did, right? But please don't advertise it as Sheikh, because you got me looking like I'm out here faking the funk. All right, I'm not a Sheikh. I'm not a teacher. I'm your brother, and I'm willing to share. Alhamdulillah, whatever we are able to share and bring to the table. And again, I thank you, Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? You are truly my teacher, right? So I do thank you for that, and Sheikh Jamal also. Alhamdulillah, thank you for the opportunity and your time, and everyone else who gave their time listening. Alhamdulillah.
I mean, yes, I thank you so much. Thank all of you. And may Allah bless all of you.
I mean,
all right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.